My top 9 characters ever, across any universe, movie, show, or game. Top 9 characters ever, starting with number Edward Richtofen. This character is my favorite out of the zombies franchise. I think he's an awesome character. He's like insane, and I love it. Has great voice lines. His storyline's great. His him like fooling the Victus crew, I think is their name. I'm not fully caught up with the lore of it, but I mean, it's a phenomenal character there, and it's great. Next up, Yoon Gui Nam. Now, I love this show. It seems like not a lot of people know it, but it's probably one of my favorite zombie shows. And this villain, just from the design to his character to like how it works, I just love it. I love the idea of not using the main bully guy, but using like one of his henchmen to become the main villain. I think it's a good idea. I love the one heart jacket, and I love the mullet. Great character right there. Loved every time he fell off the roof. Great character. Next up is Todd Alquist. Todd is just like insane, and I love it. A sociopath, like he's kind of weird. I mean, like his like shenanigans with Jesse is awesome. I love like his ending, how he never even like seemed evil, but he was evil, and I just think that's great. It's just like very scary character right there. Loved it. Loved his character. I loved how he just randomly gained 50 pounds in the El Camino movie, and like loved everything about him. Next up is Johnny Lawrence. Like I liked him in the Karate Kid movies, but having him redeem himself, or like, man, not even redeem himself, just seeing it from his point of view, seeing his character, it's just phenomenal idea right there. He's great in the show, like just like this guy stuck in the 80s in now's time is great. I like how he doesn't let you get stuff now, but he like, and I like how you can see how he's trying to be a caring person, but he's also just Johnny Lawrence. I like how they don't like defamate on his character and make him awful. He's still great throughout the whole show, and you don't see that a lot when they do characters like that anymore. So, really good character. Next is Daryl Dixon from The Walking Dead. It's just like the way he begins, just this redneck character that's angry at the world, angry at everyone, but then you slowly see he is a good part of the group. The group needs his like hunting skills, just finding Sophia. He's great with Carol. He was great with Beth. He was great with Connie in the later seasons. I mean, there's a reason this actor has his own show now, and there's a reason why the Daryl Dixon show is happening. So I mean, just great character. Love his character development. And there's a reason he took over the show. Great character. Next up, Rick Grimes. I hate to have two characters from the same show right next to each other, but being as truthful to myself as possible in this top 9 list, Rick Grimes goes right here. Just all his scenes are great. Seeing how he adapts to the zombie apocalypse is great. Love him with Carl. Andrew Lincoln does a great job, and just great character right there. Love his Colt Python, love his leadership role, and like just a great character right there. Next is Viktor Reznov. Now, this just shows how great Call of Duties used to be, because they wrote these memorable, great characters, and just Viktor Reznov is the best out of them. I mean, just the mystery behind him. Every time I play the game and you figure out he's not real, it's just like, it's kind of heartbreaking, honestly. And like, good character. Love his sacrifice. Love the prison break one. Like, just like great lines, great memorable character. Love the games. Love his cameos in Black Ops 2. And like, just Call of Duty has gone so far from these great characters. Next is the Homelander. Homelander, their greatest villain of all time, period. Greatest villain right there. Homelander is, I mean, he's insane and he's like great, but like it tries to make you feel for him kind of. And like the way he loves Ryan, but the way he is this psychopath, this sociopath that loves himself, that puts himself on a higher podium. It's just great writing. The boys did such a good job with this character. Definitely like an inspiring character. But really, it just the show does a great job of showing who he is, and I love all his scenes. Next is some honorable mentions before we get to number one. I want to put up Woods from Call of Duty. Great character. He was funny. He was good throughout him. He's good in Black Ops 2. I mean, there's a reason so many Woods skins come out in Call of Duty for money. Number two would be House from the show House. I think if I watched it all the way through, which I just kind of started recently, he'd be on the top 9 list for sure. But just since I haven't watched enough of him, I don't know if his character goes down a hill. So I put him on the like honorable mentions right there. Third honorable mention is James the Midget Cowboy. Great character, best underdog story right there. That's it. Next is number one, Troy Otto. Greatest character ever. I relate to this character. I love this character. Greatest writing. I mean, this character, the writer had to kill him off just so the new writers coming in couldn't use him because he knew they'd ruin him because he's just the greatest. And like, he's coming back on Fear the Walking Dead, the show he's on, and I'm terrified because he's my favorite character, and I feel like they just won't write him right. I mean, his relationship with his brother, the ranch, his relationship with Madison, with his dad, it's just all so great. Such a good character right there. I like his motives. You feel for him, and just knowing his past and things he does. Great character. I mean, man should have won 12 stars.